It's a chess game. We know how hard it is to get there and give it all to come back.
Welcome to Riga for the final of the Olympic qualifying tournament in Latvia. Following an intense and entertaining tournament so far, Latvia and Brazil have overcome the 4 other teams to compete for one of the biggest prizes in sport, a ticket to the Paris Olympics. Julian Montesano and Mark Clark are joining in commentary. And Mark, what an occasion, what a stage to do it on. It's going to be such an exciting game today.
Well, if we get the final that the tournament deserves, we're in for fun here because no team has gone unbeaten. There's been upsets, real great stories. And what we've got, though, is the 2 teams we thought we would get. The 2 highest-ranked teams, the teams that were so successful over their history, and now they've got that, as you say, the chance to make it to Paris. And there's one of the reasons Brazil got a real chance. Coach Petrovic has done this before, beaten the hosts in a final and taken the team he was coaching to Olympic Games. He did it to Italy when he coached Croatia, and now he's got a chance to spoil the party that 9,000 people are going to want to have to get this Latvian team over the line. It will be a great end to a phase of Latvian basketball that they've been richly deserved. They've been so entertaining in their World Cup run last year. A place in the Olympics would be the ultimate climax for some of these players' career, and it will be such a great deal for these fans who have been so good here in Riga.
Another sellout crowd. Has been a sellout every time this team has taken to the floor. Live for their first Olympics in 88 years. And Coach Luka Bunky, what a story he's been. Hadn't coached outside of Italy until 2018. He takes the helm of the national team in 2021, and he could become an Olympic coach by the end of the night. Let's stand for the national anthems of Brazil and Latvia. Latvian crowds here. The Olympic rings are even in the crowd as well. But the gift exchange happening in the middle of the court. It's been a great feature to watch throughout the tournament. Team Latvia and Team Brazil coming together. The 6th ranked team up against the 12th ranked team in the world. Brazil, they haven't been to the Olympics since 2016. Latvia, they haven't seen Olympic glory since 1936. And refereeing today, the 3 men on your screen who have done a great job all tournament. They have the honour of refereeing this grand final. Omar Bermudez from Mexico, Wojciech Miszka from Poland, and Luis Castillo from Spain. So congratulations to those referees on their appointment in today's final. And we know that there's been a heavy Latvian crowd the whole time we've been here, but the Brazil fans have turned up. The drums, they've been a constant feature. We've loved the entertainment that they've brought. This guy's been a mainstay of the Brazil crowd the whole game. The costumes, the Guernseys, the decorations, it's all in the arena. There's people outside in the whole city of Latvia. You can feel the whole city uniting behind their team as they vie for a spot in the Olympics. But coming in their way is this Brazil team. They've been led by their veterans. They've got Olympians in their team, 4 players who have been to the summit. Their coach has been there before, both as a player and a coach, and the 2 assistants have been in the Olympics as well. Today, they're looking to get there, and they've named a strong starting 5, as they have throughout the tournament, Mark. It's Marcelinho, Mendel, Jorginho gets a starting spot, Caboclo and Diaz.
Well, Jorginho gets to start because he did such a good job defensively in the last game day. Coach Petrovic said in the press conference after, I've got these options and I will use whoever's right. This guy, he is used in every single game. Not only has he had a great tournament here, he was the leader for this team in the World Cup. In the game between these 2 countries in the World Cup, which was decisive in Latvia going through, he had a 20-point game. All over the glass. He just needs more support from the floor. Coach Petrovic, as I said before, has done exactly this. He knows what it takes. He knows that the crowd, the atmosphere is going to be everything. But he could be a huge plus for Brazil.
Here is the Latvian starting 5. Kurucs, Meidas, Bertans, Smits and Žagas.
Which is pretty much how they've gone when they needed to go that way. Žagas has been a factor whenever he plays. It's how many minutes they can get out because he is still coming back from an injury. This guy, though, for me, the physicality that Brazil have has to be countered by Roland Smits. Limited in minutes, but he's 19 minutes. He was plus 18 in terms of his performance in the semi-final. He really is the guy that can match that physicality of Caboclo. He's just a man. He's just a man. You very rarely get such a great fit. This is a great fit.
So both teams getting their final messages from their coaches there. Counting down to tip off here at Arena Riga, the final game of this Olympic qualifying tournament. It's Latvia and Brazil going head to head. Who will be going to Paris? Will it be Latvia, the 6th ranked team in the world, who want to back up their World Cup statement and make their first Olympics since 1936? Or will it be Brazil, the 12th ranked team in the world, who are aiming to make their 16th Olympic Games tournament and their first since 2016? We've seen the veterans on the screen for both teams. Can the likes of Marcelinho and Neto make their 3rd Olympics? Can Felicio and Benici reach the summit for the 2nd time? Can these Latvian men experience Olympics for the first time? It's all to play for in front of a sellout crowd here at Arena Riga as the 2 teams gather in the centre of the court. Feel the atmosphere. Feel the support behind both teams.
You know what, Julia, I think, as we've said this whole tournament, can Brazil play enough defense? Latvia shot the ball so well in that World Cup win. If they can play more defense, Brazil, it could be absolutely vital. Get them under 40% from the 3-point line. They've got a shot to win. Over 40%, Latvia gets the win.
Welcome to Arena in Arena Riga, sorry, in Latvia. It is Latvia and Brazil doing battle in this final of this Olympic qualifying tournament where one team will punch their ticket to Paris. Brazil get it started through Caboclo.
Wow, if you just said they were going to get an easy look like that against this Latvian defense, trademark, scramble, everything else, I'd have said, no way, it's a great start. Super start for Brazil.
Can Latvia respond? Kurucs has had a fantastic tournament. He misses out on that occasion. Marcelinho, can he get to a third Olympics? Mendel lights it up. Silences the crowd early. Jagas and Maidis, and now Bertans. Schmitz, we spoke about him as the key player. Can't cash in there. Two early misses from the Latvian team. Marcelinho not only competing with Jagas, but the noise. Jorginho now. Cheers with the hands up. Foul on the way through.
Yeah, that's a poor foul for Schmitz because you know he's going to have a lot of physical confrontations. Little weak reach at this stage doesn't need to lose and use that foul in that way. This Brazilian team, they've started poorly in every single game. They've trailed at half every single time out with such nice rhythm. Offensively, they've just done a great job. And I just curse him.
It usually is the way. Finals nerves. You know, Schmitz played through that foul trouble in the last game as well and still put up great numbers. Kurucs and Jagas. Gets it back from Schmitz. Artur Jagas goes inboard, kicks it out to Maidis. Back to Jagas.
Well, we said in the previous games, it's not the same Latvia team where they shoot the ball with confidence. They passed up 3 good looks on that one and then gave it to Jagas with really nowhere to go. And in the end, they're quite fortunate to have it on the side.
Maidis, not long on the shot clock, has to put it up. Maddox Maidis. Too short. Good defense from Brazil.
It's all about rhythm for Latvia. They've got to get in that rhythm where the ball moves. Conversely, what Brazil are doing at the moment is stopping that rhythm happening.
In front of this home crowd as well, it's no mean feat. Jorginho kicks it out to Gies. Gets a better angle and gets the shot to go.
Little surprised here because in the World Cup, on most of that run, Latvia switched everything. They're not switching the ball screen at all at the moment, and they're just not dealing with the Brazil. They're not putting enough pressure and taking them out of any rhythm.
Jagas to Schmitz. Got a hand in the face. 8 points to 0. Who would have thought?
Caboclo's so important, he cannot get into foul trouble. Marcelino just had a little word in straight after that foul, just, you know, calmed him down. We need you out here.
Jagas. Bertans. Off the foot of Gies. It's very hard going for Latvia at the moment.
Well, conversely on the pick and roll, they're hard showing and did a really nice job being active on the recovery. Again, it slows down Latvia trying to move the ball in the half court.
Maidis gets it back to Jagas. Pulls up. And it rattles out. Caboclo with a strong rebound. Can Brazil get a double-digit lead in the first 3 minutes of the game? Mendel drives. Shot goes over. Al Neto on the bench. He's been to the Olympics twice. Out of the tournament after the first game due to injury. He'd love another chance to represent his team on the world stage at an Olympic Games. pass. Has to go backwards. And attacks again. Schmidt steps into the shot. And there's the first bucket of the game for Latvia.
Didn't second guess that one, in rhythm, just let it go nicely. Wow, this is such a really positive start. Brazil run it straight out of the make. Marcelino Huertas just orchestrating, pulling the strings. Just to remind people, it's just a great story to see Smits make it. Coach Petrovic will say they were struggling in the backcourt, a lot of injury issues. Marcelino rang the coach and said, you know, we're struggling. I want to do it again for my country. It's just a tremendous effort at 41. He still had a great season in the ACB. It's just, you know, he's a living legend as such in Brazilian basketball. In basketball, full stop.
Mendel, hot start to this game. 5 points now for him. He's averaging 14.5 in this tournament. He's given his side a 7-point lead. Early stages of this game. How does Latvia respond? Matus. Bertans. Fouled. Jorginho, though, showing that same intent with his defense. We saw it in the last game.
I really love the physicality Brazil put on the floor. If you don't play hard like that, Latvia just get in rhythm and then they're hard to stop. The way they're playing the defense is breaking that rhythm. You can see why Coach Petrovic went with Jorginho.
Bertans and Schmitz. And Schmitz gets himself another bucket. Marcelino now. Still with Marcelino. Can he find someone? Jorginho helps him out. And that one goes as well.
Wow, Coach Petrovic said they're going to go away and recover. This team has come out ready to play, in rhythm, shooting with confidence.
Bertans, he always shoots with confidence. That one misses. Matus, good rebound. Foul. Diaz committing the foul on that occasion. Chance for Latvia to perhaps calm things down, take the free throws. Get themselves back into gear.
They shouldn't be too worried because, you know, they're taking their shots. It's just the defense from Brazil is taking them out of their rhythm a little bit. This will make it a 6-point game. Brazil couldn't be playing any better. They've run the floor well, so good signs both ways. And now they're ticking the scoreboard over the crowd, isn't it?
Matus knocks them both down. 5.7 points per game. He's averaging this tournament. Jorginho. Mendel. Diaz collides into Bertans. And that could be the catalyst. That could be the start of something for Latvia. Diaz a second foul as well, so he's going to be careful. He's been a big part of this tournament for Brazil.
You know, they have options on the bench for GS's spot, but he has been the most consistent performer in so many ways, especially from the perimeter. You know, Santos has started most games. They could go a little smaller. They don't lose a lot height-wise against this Latvian team.
Schmitz tries to use his height here and breaks it in.
Super start by Schmitz. Inside, outside, he's in a 3, a 2, and now he's around the ring.
7 of Latvia's 9 points have come from Roland Schmitz. Marcelino, can he get on the scoreboard for Brazil? Caboclo, shot falls short. 2 bodies hit the floor behind play. Caboclo's playing a really physical role so far.
I was just about to say they do need to give him touches. That's the first time they've really given him a touch since the first play where he had the open layup. Just have to keep him interested, occupied, believing he's going to get touches.
Bruno Caboclo, we spoke about him at the start of the game. 16.7 points per game, 4 rebounds, 4th in the league, 4th in the tournament, I should say, at the moment, in those averages. He's going to contend with this crowd to put down the free throws. 2 points for the game so far for Bruno. Make that 3. Still fans riding every wave with their team.
Both coaches let in the lineups they started with play more than they've done so far in this tournament. Chagas has normally only played 4 and a bit minutes in blocks.
Considering how well Lomosh played last night as well, expect him to be in very soon. Pass probably a bit wayward. Jorginho now for Brazil. Gets it back. Caboclo rises above Metis. And Bertens rises for the rebound. Chagas pushes the pace. Artur Chagas gets it down. Latvia within 4. Marcelinho somehow gets the rebound. Still happy to share it around. Mendel gets rid of his opponent. Finish it off. Chagas. Oh boy. So a bit happening behind the ball to start off this one. 14 fouls to 3, 5 now for Brazil, so...
Courage should go to the free throw line.
We're going to see our first subs of the game for both teams. You can see Davis Bertans entering the floor. Marcelinho comes off, Iago heads onto the floor. Rehaz Lomash gets his shot. Kuruc at the line, averaging 7.3 points per game, 3.7 rebounds, 80% from the stripe. Jinxed him, I'm sorry.
See, it's Brazil has the different look when Iago comes into the game for Huertas, because up until now, Latvia go underneath the ball screen. With Iago, if they go underneath the ball screen, he's going to look to take that and does a really nice job from beyond the three-point line. So you'll have to see how Coach Bunky's decided to play the pick and roll with Iago in the game. They're still going to go on, they're going to show harder.
Jean Caboclo!
Super pass. Just laid it out there in front of him on the roll.
Lomash. Chagas. Kuruc. Downhill. Couldn't get it to go. Jorginho with some pace. Foul called here. Chagas is going to go off the floor, but let's take a look at this pass from Jorginho and then Caboclo with the slam.
They switched the screen and didn't get over the top. I mean, they were so effective at switching last summer. They never got hurt on those types of rolls because they were much more physical with the roller. Super pass, super execution.
Now the subs coming on in a flurry for Latvia. Zodic and Straltic on the floor. Schmidt's the only starter still out there. Iago now. Jorginho. Still with Jorginho. Latvia not giving him much room to move, and then he finds some space himself, and Jorginho is feeling it. Brazil find themselves in front. 20-11. Timeout called by Latvia.
Schmidt's just slipped on the logo. Jorginho started game day one, hardly played after starting, hardly played in game two, had a marvelous monster of a game in the semi-final, and coaches stayed with him.
They can handle the switch, guys. Come on, come on. Okay, let's go simple. Let's go, guys. Okay, Arthur, pay attention. They guard you with the 4 men. Okay, and they have the 3 men on him. Okay, so now this offense, we go each layer with the rollout to set the screen for Arthur. Arthur, you run in this position. Okay, sei te numero 4. So you run the screen. Chris, he will play to create separation here. Davis here. Okay, Davis is in vision.
Brazil with the hot start to this game. It's been Jorginho, it's been Mendel. Gio's been involved. He loves knocking down threes. He's been doing it all tournament. And then this one from Jorginho. Absolutely beautiful release. Schmitz just couldn't contend with it. These guys are feeling it. Mendel with the tongue out, the bench getting up and about. Jorginho with the 6 points, the 2 triples. He did it defensively in their last game. In this game, he's turning it on offensively, taking his team out to a 9-point lead. Just over 2.5 minutes left in this opening period. Latvia edged back this margin. Lomash was fantastic last night. Gives it to Zodics. Schmitz steps in. Rattles out.
As much as I like Schmitz and as much as I think he's a great player, he's not really their #1 option for the 3-point line. He's got to take it. Early in the offense, perhaps they need to look a little bit further down the roster.
Iago kicks it out to Mendel, gets around Bertans. Leo Mendel launches.
They're still 100% from the 3-point line.
Unbelievable stuff from Brazil. 8 points for Mendel. Lomash up against Jorginho. Still with Rihaz. Lomash has to get it to Schmitz. It's cut off. Hands all over the lane. Santos on the floor. Tries to feed Caboclo, and he still gets it to go.
Wow. Super little pass, but Caboclo still had a lot to do. Just watch this, he's going to get hit, and he still hangs and gets it away. There is a feel, and when Santos has come in, he's smart, he's positive. This Brazilian team is in a flow. What Latvia can normally do to teams is break up that flow with the pressure they put on. They switch aggressively, take them out. At the moment, they're just a step off. 25 points in a quarter. They haven't led a half in this tournament so far, Brazil. I just can't see how they can play any better than this. This is an amazing first quarter for them. 100% from the 3-point line. Just doing a super job at sharing the ball. All on the same page.
Brazil still get it back here. 25 to 11.
It's amazing. If you outwork your opponent, all the good things happen for you.
Caboclo confronted. Mendel free. And again it goes in! This Brazil team, they can't miss!
Wow.
An unbelievable 3-point shooting display. 6 from 6 now. They've stunned this Latvian team. They've stunned this Latvian crowd. Zodics, he can't get them up and about. Jorginho may as well pull up the way they're going. Looking inboard now. Iago, can he join the 3-point party? You betcha! This is incredible. It's the stuff of dreams.
Well, Coach Banky's already taken a timeout. He won't want to use the other one this deep in the quarter, but
20-point lead for Brazil. 31 points in the opening period alone. Zodics, can he get a much-needed basket? Streltic pulls up in front of Santos. Caboclo with the boards. Gets it to go. Oh! Are you kidding me, Bruno Caboclo? What is happening here at Arena Riga? 7 from 7 from long range, and that is the longest of ranges for Bruno Caboclo. Oh, no words, no words.
You don't need words for that. That's just what you've got is an absolutely silent arena. The numbers are going to be scary for Brazil. They're, as you said, dreams. And if you could have sat down last night with Coach Petrovic and he said, tell me what the perfect start is. Well, 100% and 80%. They're still shooting 43% on the inside. I know I said that they have to keep Latvia underneath 40% from FIBA. Well, they're doing that as well. So it's just been a tremendous start. And these best plays are pretty much going to be all green. Ball movement, feet set, and if there's a difference between the two teams, is that Brazil are taking shots in rhythm with their feet set, and they've moved the ball to get advantage. There's a little bit too much dribble down the other end, which is really creating no advantage. It's only Roland Schmitz who's had any answer to this Brazilian star. But let's not get too down on this tonight, because they've had big quarters in this tournament, they just haven't had them early. They've also had quarters where they dry up. I don't believe they're going to let that energy level dip, and they've got to keep playing at the defensive end to not let Latvia get going. But we know how quickly Latvia can score once they get in rhythm. So this is a great start, but this tournament has taught one thing: never assume anything, because teams have come back. Teams have had really dry spells. We've had teams with 52 points in the half and 20 in the second half. But when you can do that from the halfway line, but when you work hard and get the ball back, and when you work hard and things happen at the defensive end, you're always going to be in a great shape. That's a tremendous start for Brazil. You've got to love it if you're a Brazilian fan. But I think 9,000 people are going to help this Latvian team get back in it.
23-point lead for Brazil. Courtside 1891 up is where you're going to see all the highlights that you just witnessed from the first period alone. Second period tipping off. Latvia need a response. Down 11 to 34. Rihaz Lomash finds himself on the other side of the court. Trying to get past Mendel. They get a bit of soccer on the floor.
I love Coach Petrovic's defensive plan here of being in the passing lane, not allowing the ball to move, is making the guys play on the dribble, and they're doing a good job on the ball as well. Got to maintain it. Don't want to let this Latvian team get into any type of rhythm.
Zodics, that's better.
But he'll still be happy with that, because he's made him put it on the floor and create a play for himself. That's not how Latvia became the team they were last summer, and also in the Eurobasket qualifiers.
Georgin. Caboclo. Error pass. Welcome turnover for Latvia. Can they make the most of it? Lomash to the line.
Well, we've said before in this tournament, Rihad Lomash is a scorer. It doesn't matter where he gets them, he's looking to score, looking to be a factor. If you don't stop him, he'll take it. Took it strong, protected it. He has to get him from the free throw line. Great, decent start here. Stops and scores for Latvia. They've just got to work their way back in, possession by possession.
Lomash averaging 11 points in this tournament. Plays with Bologna, the team that Luca Banchi coaches in Italy.
Well, he led them in scoring in qualifying for the World Cup. Unfortunately got injured, couldn't play in that tournament what he wouldn't give to get onto a world stage at an Olympic Games.
So Benici, he's been there for Brazil. 2016 Olympian, comes onto the floor. Mendel and Iago share it around in the backcourt. Benici and Caboclo. Foul. Still get another chance here. 34 plays 15. Caboclo. Santos, Iago. All the big names getting involved for Brazil. Caboclo, does he go again? Foul called.
They call it on the floor, which is where it did happen on the floor. The referee's going to talk about it, but I think it happened when he called it. Catches it. Well, maybe not. Went back up with it. It should be on. Should be shooting the throws. Be interesting to see how they. I think they're deciding which player they're going to get the foul to.
Two shots coming. Bruno's at the start.
The other thing about Caboclo is we know what an engine he's got. He went 33 minutes on game day 1. I don't think he knows whenever he's tired. He'll play all day.
Even after hitting that three-quarter shot, he thought, yeah, I'm going to dunk it just to make sure it absolutely went in.
Well, they asked in the press conference about, is he difficult because he has, some people have that question mark against him, and Coach Petrovic says, no, not when he's with the national team. We're all on the same page. He loves being here. He's got a lot of old head advisors around him. He's just unbelievably good for this team right now.
13 points already for Bruno Caboclo in this game. Lomash stepping around. Bertans. It somehow stays in for Latvia. Good hustle. Straltic. Caboclo met him. Chavas was there. Loves Chavas getting his first points of the game. Benici and Mendel. Mendel elects to go. And Lomash secures it. Gets around Benici easily. Rehard's Lomash! Gets the crowd up and about. Timeout called. Rehard's Lomash steps in, knocks it down, gets the crowd on their feet, gives the crowd some voice as we head into the timeout. We're going to take a listen to Coach Petrovic. His team leads at 36-20.
Falta atrás para hacer la falta, que no puede entrar. Thiago, coge la bola para atacar, no sea ahora. Está pegando bloqueio, pronto. Una falta, pegamos una falta para frenar esse desmoral. Não, sexta-feira. Vale, ataque.
We see the Prime Minister of the Republic of Latvia in the house, Evika Siliņa, joining us for one of the biggest games in Latvian history. Getting a front row seat to all the action from the Arena Riga.
Billy Lusada checks in at the timeout as well. Another player that defensively was a big factor in the semi-final win. And I think Coach Petrovic, let's go back to what we were doing. Let's not try and be too clever on the dribble. Let's move the ball, get the shots we want.
Iago. Lusada, can he get involved straight away? They missed their first three.
And for the first time, they just kept the ball and decided that I thought they were going to when Coach said to Iago at the end of the timeout, I thought the deal was that he was then going to try and penetrate and make something happen. Just left it a little bit too long. Caboclo's going to get a rest. These are all moments now where Latvia can keep eating into the lead. You know, they can score quickly, had 9 points in the first 2.5 minutes of this quarter. Game of runs, we all know it's a game of runs and momentum swings.
Lomash and Zodic. Chavas gets fouled by Felicio.
And that's what happens when Bruno Caboclo's not in the game. Felicio's a big body, but he's not that dominant athlete. And you've got to say really that Chavas could have gone up and finished the play. Could have at least gone to the free throw line.
So a baseline ball for Latvia instead. They still get the points they so desperately want. Chavas loses it. Probably not the best few seconds for Klaus Chavas. Arrow goes Brazil's way.
Chavas was the only receiver coming out of that end-line play. Lomash was coming so far away that the defense was able to deny that.
Latvia making it hard for Iago to receive it there. Felicio. Benici. Getting around Lomash. Santos collided into Latvia ball. Brazil bench up in arms. Referees are talking over. Let's have a look.
I don't understand how the official on the far side can actually overrule that without looking and checking on the side, on the end, because it hit a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, from looking at it, when I just looked at it, I can't tell you.
Referee walking over to the bench.
What he's asking is if coach is going to challenge it, or if coach is asking the referees just to check. They're going to review it, but I'm not sure if it's a coach challenge or they're just going to review the out of bounds.
Review, just to review. Let's take a listen.
Okay, so we're here for review the clock malfunction. See how much time we need to have on the shot clock. Yeah, the open angle. Okay, okay, I confirm it is 9 seconds, right? 9 seconds, green ball. Yeah, green ball on the baseline. 6.51.
So they're not reviewing the out of bounds, they're just reviewing the time on the shot clock.
Let's go 6:51 and the shot clock 9 seconds.
Remains a Brazil ball from the baseline. Confident in the call. 16-point lead. After getting out to as much as 23 points at the end of the first period. Iago. Benici. Trying to get around Chavas, and does so successfully.
Great decision with the mismatch, but they left Chavas out to dry a little bit. No one wanted to help.
Zodics and Bertans. Kicks it out to Streltic, who just keeps it in. Chavas wants to get rid of it. Streltic. Santos collects it.
Another one of those tough shots off the dribble. And they move the ball is so much better.
Now Brazil looking to move it. Iago going for a run. Can't beat Felicio. Streltic finds Lomash. fouls him. And hope that Iago's okay. Of course, they have Hal Neto out of the game. He's missed since the first game of the tournament with injury. Lomash. Too strong on the boards.
It's a big body to go over it. Felicio takes away the drive lane.
Benici. Added by Zodics. Right shot to take, it allows Lomash to get going. Collides with Felicio.
Already in the penalty, so it's going to be a long 5 minutes 22 for Brazil.
Compounded by the injury to Iago as well.
Lomash felt the contact. He ran across the recovery from Felicio's line. He was always going to get the call. And Caboclo's coming back, as is Mendel.
Felicio with the 2 fouls in his limited minutes. Caboclo also with the 2 fouls, but he's got the 13 points, 4 from 5 from the field. Certainly a player you want out there if you're Brazil. But Latvia can start to inch this margin back, getting themselves to the free throw line. Let's not forget they beat this Brazil team by 20 at the World Cup, so we know they're capable. Very similar lineups last time round as well.
The only missing, which is a big miss for Latvia, is Brazulis is not there. He's injured at the moment. If they qualify, the hope is obviously he may be able to make it to Paris, but here's a huge miss.
Lomash trying to lift his team, making both free throws. Marcelinho. Exploring, finding Benici and then getting it back. Loves that type of shot and he nails it nearly every time.
He had a tough night against this Latvian team, so he was switching in the World Cup. They let him get into that pocket. He's still one of the best players in the world at exploring the pick and roll inside the three-point line in particular.
One of the best at controlling the tempo, running the point, guiding his team. He's doing it again. That shot falls short. Zodics now for Latvia. Crowd lifting. Bertans, Lomash, Maedis, back to Lomash. Here's to Zodics. Falls with Mendel. Marcelinho. 2012 and 2016 Olympian. Can he reach the summit again, perhaps? Game's not done by any stretch of the imagination, of course. Santos. Suddenly they're not going. They probably knew this would start to happen. Lomash with authority! is lifted.
Go right back to the first quarter when they were knocking down everything. The ball moved and people got enough screens with their feet set. The ball's getting a little stuck. Got to keep moving it.
Oh, Marcelinho, an expert at movement. And a timeout call. The game feels like it's in the balance. Marcelinho just gathering his team on court before they go into the huddle. See here, the 41-year-old makes it look easy. Gets his team in. One last message before they hear from Coach Petrovic. Let's hear from Coach Petrovic.
When it's a gun, we go protect the ball. Fuck! First off! And then sprint!
So Iago looking a bit worse aware on the bench. He's away from his team at the moment, while they're still in the huddle, speaking to the medical team. Know how crucial he is to the Brazilian lineup.
Julie, we've talked a lot about this Latvian team because used the game from the World Cup where they shot 48% from the three-point line. They've been under 30% most of the week here. And it's really, from where I'm looking at it, it really is down to the fact they're just not moving the ball, not coming up open, but teams are really chasing them hard as well. They've just got to try to establish that movement of the basketball. Then the penetration we just saw is there because the defense is chasing.
Finds some space, Rihaz Lomash, 11 points for the game.
And there's that example, everyone's trying to play denial, you break the ball, break the initial defense down, and there's not a lot of help.
Shin. One way to the other, Marcelinho, Mendel. Got fouled on the shot. He's so clever there, Mendel. Bertans gets him on the way through.
I tell you, you can't say enough good things about Coach Petrovic here because on that play in particular, again, if they go to the switch like they did, if they move the ball, Bertans can't leave that quickly because he's had to help on the roll. It's just great recognition. It would have been something they talked about before the game, and the way they're shooting the basketball is going to give Latvia a decision to make, and the decision we have to make pretty soon, otherwise the game will get away from them.
Excellent stat line so far for Leo Mendel. 13 points he's up to now. Don't forget the 5 rebounds too. Real leader of this team. This is the second free throw.
You're going to have to stop bigging people up.
I know. Lomash to Schmitz. Quick spin and lovely finish to go with it.
Wow. Well, Celia just got a little educated in the block on the defensive end because Smith just left him for dead. Great little drop step.
Marzinha hasn't seen much game time in this tournament. Jorginho!
Wow. That's three from 4, I think, for him, and it's just what a way to step up in a game that's so important.
Schmitz, can he get himself going? He loses it. Might get it back. And somehow it falls to Marzinha. Offensive foul. Great defense going back. Bertard's still down on the floor. It's a heavy body to cop on the way down.
At pace as well.
Yeah. He did so well to get in that space, though.
Absolutely.
So well. Now gets up to his feet. The captain of Latvia, Dainius Bertards.
He's going to have to leave the game as the medical staff did come on.
Not a bad replacement. Artur Jagas back onto the floor. Had that amazing record 17 assist game in the World Cup. He's right his way to feed his teammates today.
Haven't seen that in the World Cup. They used Zorix and Chagas together at times. It might, they didn't have Lomash there, so they might be interested. Zorix has looked good as well, so Coach Menke will be looking for options.
Lomash. So Brazil in the bonus, like we mentioned earlier on. Lomash heads to the line. Jorgin's second foul. And we're going to see Janis Timma into the game for the first time. So every person on the Latvia team's been used so far. Iago's still on the bench, trying to get that injury sorted. At the back of the bench, so
it's very difficult to work out who will come in, and because Huertas is going to need time on the bench in the second half. You know, Benici might handle it. Santos could come in and try and do it. Jorginho could do it. I mean, it's not going to be an ideal scenario for Coach Petrovic, but he's just got to get himself over the line from where he is at the moment.
You probably think Neto would be another option usually, but he's sidelined with injury as well. Benici back onto the floor. So the 41-year-old and the 34-year-old, 1 and 2.
75 years old in the backcourt.
Not bad at all. Age is just a number. It really is. They look as fresh as ever. Marcelino, though, loses it. And Roland Schmitz with the hustle. Finds himself in the corner. Roland Schmitz gives the crowd something to cheer about.
There's that switching defense. Schmitz does a great job. He's quick enough. But they've got to stay with what made them what they are, and switching was one of the really major components. Schmitz does a great job. Still outworks Huertas, and then this is confident. Great decision by Timma. And momentum is a huge thing. Great job, though. Coach Petrovic takes the time out straight away. Don't need any more of this. Next couple of possessions are important.
Dois al lado de Leo. Leo sale, ¿ok? Sale Leo aquí. Dois sale al lado de Leo. Controlar eso. Vení.
So Latvia with a 22-point to 13 period so far. Roland Schmitz has got himself going. 12 points, 5 from 7 from the field. He's carrying on from where he left off last night. He's proven a handful for this Brazilian team. Can he carry them to victory here in Riga?
Really big time importance here for Latvia. 14-point margin. If they're going to stop, they could go in at the half in single digits. And then with the backcourt issues that Brazil appear to have, the doors open. There's light at the end of the tunnel for Latvia.
Yeah, got doing some stretches on the bench as we speak.
Caboclo's out of the game and Felicio's back in, so there might be some better options for Latvia on the inside.
A minute left in this opening half. It's Brazil 47 leading Latvia 33 for a spot in the Paris Olympics. Felicio Timmer with the active hands. Brazil ball just. Great effort by Timmer though.
Yeah, I'm going to sound a little bit repetitive here, but again, they switched and they dealt with it. So they wanted to go inside against the mismatch, but it's different when it's Caboclo in the block than when it's Felicio in the block. So 0.6 on the second on the clock. Get a stop here, get a score. Could be a 10-point game before the half.
Big going on just before the inbound. Timmer slaps it away, and Kudus is off and running. Krista Zonics tries to rise over Felicio, it doesn't work. Latvia ball. Arrow heads their way. Sub coming in here for Latvia. Artur Žagas back into the game, facing Zonics. Good pressure applied by the Latvian bigs to win this ball back. Žagas. Lomash. He's been the one this period. Can he go again? Not quite.
That's super defense by Brazil. They just refuse. They contain the ball so well.
Zonics straight back in for Žagas. Preferring Zonics defensively, it seems. 20 seconds left. Can Brazil have the last say on this half?
They had a foul to give, so.
I like what Tim has done since he's come on, just applied the pressure and made them rethink things at the right moments.
He's got enough size that when they switch, there's not a huge mismatch issue.
Difference between game and shot clock. Vinici goes as Santos finishes it off. And that's how the opening half ends. It was all Brazil in the first period. Latvia trying to edge themselves back into the game in the second period. Outscored the Brazilian team 22-13. At half time is Brazil 49, leading Latvia 33. Felicio there with Iago.
Yeah, Iago's carrying that leg. Don't think we'll see him. There's the numbers. It's all gone a bit. Brazil's still got some huge output from the three-point line. They've only missed the 2 threes out of the 11 they have taken. And a marvelous job on the glass. But what Latvia have done in that second quarter is just stop the bleeding, get a foothold in the game. They've only got, out of the 33 points, 25 points from 2 players. That isn't Latvian basketball. Everybody shares, everybody gets involved. They're going to have to just carry on working hard at the defensive end, work their way back into this, win the next 2 quarters, and we've got a game on in the fourth. But Brazil, absolutely, look at the numbers for Caboclo. 13, 4 from 5. Roland Smits is not the issue for Latvia. He's really done a marvelous job defensively as well as those offensive numbers. He just needs some help.
Lomash has tried as well for this Latvian team. He's got himself up to 12 points, or 13 points I should say. And the second quarter best plays, well, they tell a story of Latvia trying to get back into this game. They outscored Brazil 22 points to 15 in the period. And they started to get their DNA back. They started to get their run. They started choosing better shots. It's going to be a long road back.
Well, and when you're in such a deep hole, you just have to be as close to perfect as possible. So the last possession, they got it back to 14, and they go down 2 more because they didn't box out. Vinici does a great job at breaking the defense down, and they've got to contain the ball and then start from there, switch aggressively as they started to. It's a long, long way back. These are the pitches that are going to worry Brazil. Iago limping out at half time. They're going to have to find some solutions in the backcourt. Huertas may have to really go deep on minute-wise, but I know at the end of the day, he's going to step up and do it because the prize is so big. So let's just see how that pans out at the backcourt. But you know, Latvia are going to go after him in that part of the floor. But got to stay. Latvia have to stay with what's worked for them. And the switching defense has been part of that, and sharing the ball is part of that. It's a little bit too much dribble, and they haven't done enough at the defensive end. And now they've got this margin, Brazil. Huertas manages games better than anyone else in this tournament. It's a tough ask, but it's still possible.
So many scenarios at play here at Arena Riga. Will it be Latvia who goes to their first Olympics in 88 years? Or will it be Brazil who hits the summit for the 16th time? The first time in 8 years. It's all to play for here at Arena Riga. And at halftime, it's Brazil leading Latvia by 16 points. Do not go anywhere. More action on the other side of this.
Education, health, justice. We sometimes take these simple things for granted. They're not common for all of us. We are all born on the same planet, but not with the same opportunities.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are one. We are all on the same team. Let's convince those who never thought they would do it that they can. We can. Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
Finishing with the two. Waters, deep three. Shot that from Bayamon. Hello. Trying to find Buddy Hills. There's the alley-oop and good night. DeAndre Ayton, that's what I call dominating. That puts a smile on VJ Edgeco's face. Close. Good defense. Now here comes, well, here we go. Here we go. 17 years old, Mika Murden. The Susi Yankee.
Marcelinho Caboclo with the slam. Chagas. Mendes. Oh, Amber beats him. My word. Not today. Raltic, Zorix, Mendes, Tomas, Bertans, corner, three!
Oh, that's what a hot hand is. Condon down the lane! George Condon pounding it home! And the three, oh boy, what a way to finish the quarter. Turnovers and keys these two teams to take care of the rock well. Look out. Sabonis with the monster finish.
They can tire teams out. Maybe it'll be close for half the game, 30 minutes, but 40-minute game, they really have an advantage.
Down the pump fake, first step. Oh, my goodness! But look at this. Santi Adalma. Que pasa, amigo? fake the dunk. Do you call that a baby windmill? What do you call this? What did we just witness? That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
Welcome back to Riga for this high-stakes Olympic qualifying tournament final between Latvia and Brazil. It's Brazil leading Latvia by 16 points at halftime, and it's largely been thanks to a man like this, Leo Mendel. We've spoken about the likes of Caboclo and Marcelinho, but you know, his tournament's been just as good, and he's stepping up to the plate again today.
He is one of the best stretch guys in international basketball. When he gets some space, he can knock it down, as he has demonstrated not only today, but in the semi-final as well. And what the worry is, I can't understand why they've given him so much space. There he is with his 100% game from the three-point line. He's been unable to finish when he's actually got inside the arc, but he is one of the best stand spot-up shooters there is, and they've found him open, and he really is an efficient basketball player.
Top scorer for Latvia is Rihards Lomash, who's picked up where he's left off from last night. 13 points. He stood tall in this game, and we know how much of a scorer he is, and he's continued to show up for his team.
Well, it's a good job he has, because there's only him and Smits to have, but Lomash, again, took really good percentage shots, took it to the ring, got his feet set. He had a quiet night from the three-point line last in the semi-final, but he has done what he needed to give the team that boost coming off the bench, and that's exactly what he's done. He's just waiting for some of his mates to start playing with him, because he's not got anyone else spotting up. There's that shot chart, the 1-3, the inside option. He's been to the free throw line because he's gently caused contact. He's given them a chance. He's got them in, back to a manageable number. Now we're waiting for everyone else to join in.
So halftime, it's Brazil 49 leading Latvia 33 after a hot start by the Brazil team. You can see Mendel leading the way, 13 points, 5 rebounds. Marcelinho, no surprise to see him leading the way with the 4 assists. Brazil, even though they got outscored in the second period, they still rose to the challenge and kept making the good shots. They kept backing themselves and kept being confident.
I mean, but 15 points is all that Latvia gave up in that second quarter. The trouble for him is they're still struggling, percentage-wise from the floor. That 3 from 12 from 3. That ain't getting it done for Latvia. They need to make a better percentage. If you look at the World Cup, they're in the 40% margin from the three-point line. As you said before the game, if they get to 40% from the three-point line, they have a game. If they'd have shot 40%, they'd have been right in this. I mean, Yago's on the floor. We've got him in shot. You know, it's a tough ask. The way he went down, we said, he didn't go down after he was hit. He went down in a little bit of his own space. That's always a bit worrying. Obviously, he will go out and play if you see the Latvian leaders.
Look at that. Look at the 1 assist. That sticks out to me the most. They're leading the way in this tournament with 20 assists per game. And the highest they can get is Kudus with 1.
And we said during the game, because Brazil are playing so much pressure in the passing lane, they're forcing the guy to play off the dribble and make their own shot. And that's not Latvian basketball. Like we said, the point about Davis Bertrands, where he came 1 shot, 1 attempt from the three-point line. He's going to get shots every time he touches. They just didn't find a way to get him off the screen. They didn't find a way to feed him off of penetration because the guys guarding him didn't leave. That's Coach Petrovic. You've still got to implement it. You've still got to execute. But the way he has set them up defensively as well as they played offensively in the first quarter is exceptional. This is where Coach Bankido has proved that he can come up with answers. And he's done it in his club and with this Latvian national team. So we are far from done. As long as Latvia win this quarter, if by 1 will do, just win this quarter, chip away at the lead, give yourself a chance in the last 5 minutes of the game to get the win. just got to make sure they win the quarter.
And it's usually by this time in the game that we've got everyone hitting the score sheet for Latvia, but there's only 2 players in the double figures, and the next best they've got is 2 points from, I think, 4 players it is, so it's just unusual.
Absolutely. And Kuric hasn't really got going. Neither Bertrands has got going. And it's like, that's not the way this team plays. Either they've got to do a better job at setting screens, or they've got to get things out of their defense so they can get in transition. And if they're made to play on the dribble, this Brazilian team's got enough ring protection that will really make it hard. But it's been Latvia's problem throughout this competition. Shooting the ball well enough to repeat what they did last summer has been the problem.
Coach Bunky's got a lot of thinking to do. Coach Petrovic will be happy with where things sit at the moment, but it's very interesting. Battle going to play out in front of our eyes as we head into the second half and we head into the Latvian huddle.
Let's start aggressive in defense, okay? We missed out. Guys, second period, we won by 7 points, okay? That's the flow of our game. Stay in the game. We will be back, okay? Be confident. Hey, 2-point guys. 2-point guys. 2 sides, 1 side, that side. Seam. Stress the defense with
So Iago adding some encouragement behind the bench.
This is a nice lineup. I think I really like the lineup that Coach Benke's gone with. Jagas and Zorics in the backcourt. Timmer gives them that little bit extra size at the, and Rodion's Kuric and Smith. That's a nice mobile lineup. But they've got to make it happen at the defensive end. They've got to get in the passing lane, chance to run. What Brazil have to do is make the most of when Huertas is on the floor. They do not want to be taking Huertas out with Latvia with momentum. Someone just has to spell him, they're in a good place. They just got to make the most of it when he's on the floor, and they may have a big enough margin to see this out.
So all to play for in this second half of the Olympic qualifying tournament final here at Arena Riga. Latvia looking to get to their first Olympics since 1936. Brazil, can they get their first since 2016? Second half tips off here in Latvia in front of another sellout crowd here at Arena Riga. Marcelinho guarded by Kuruc to start. Jorginho, he's had a fantastic tournament. Slow start, but he's got himself involved. Defensively fantastic in the last game. Now they feed each other, and Mendel gets his own rebound, gets fouled.
Got to finish the play if you did a good job, although again, I think Brazil got an open look that they wanted to get. You've got to finish the play, you've got to box out, you cannot give. It wasn't even a great rebound by Mendel, just followed it, fell into his hands. No one put their body on him. They've got to be as close to perfect as they can be to get back into this game.
Mendel, 14 points for the game already. Iago trying to get himself up on the spin bike at the moment. Mendel makes the second. It's Brazil with the first points of the second half. See how Jagas and Zorics combine. Zorics finds a way through.
Tough finish over Koboko.
4 points now for Zorics. It's one they'd love to get involved a bit more. Jorginho. Caboclo. Mendel again free. And again he gets it back. Marcelinho. Looking to start things again for Brazil. Mendel. He is just feeling it tonight.
Wow. well both ways. I can't believe they let him stand there and shoot it.
18 points, 4 from 9 from the field for Leo Mendel. He's wreaking havoc. Jargas comes one back.
This is the other thing that Latvia have got to make sure they make Brazil work in the backcourt. They can't just let him bring it up.
Jorginho crosses over and then gets fouled. He's found it pretty hard there to go with him. So agile is Jorginho. Sent Zodic the wrong way as well.
Anytime that Marcelino can just go down the floor and let someone else handle it is a bonus. It's another possession. You break it down into the number of possessions they're going to have. Every single time he can just take a possession off is a bonus.
Schmidt's second foul for the game. Jorginho's 10th point. 3 from 3 from the field. And goes 100% from the stripe as well. 56 plays 37. Jargas and Zodic sharing it around. Schmitz. Fall short. Can they get the offensive rebound this time?
Well, there's an example of the difference, isn't it? Another long rebound, but this time the defensive team, Brazil in this case, were more active than Latvia have been. And they end up with the possession. It's a great start for Brazil. They've increased the lead, got shots they wanted.
Jorginho, one way then the other. Finds Caboclo. Hands come in too late. 2 team fouls already. Oh, sorry, make that 3 for Latvia.
But most worryingly, even when they had a good start with the first possession, Brazil have got shots they wanted. They've done a really good job at the execution deep in the clock.
Diaz back out for the first time in a while. Jorginho puts up the long shot. That one falls short for Diaz. Good time for him to come in and make an impact. Mendel, Caboclo, Timmer right there with him. Forces the turnover. Kurutz, Schmitz, Jargas. This looks better. Jargas can't finish it off. Jorginho. Ball handling duties with a flush to finish.
If they don't stop this like soon, then this game is gone in the third quarter. There's apps that really got to make sure they've got to just win this quarter, Latvia.
9 points to 4 so far for Brazil. Kurutz. Timmer. Just rattles out. Kurutz hits the deck.
Well, they're going to call an unsportsmanlike foul on Caboclo on the floor.
Petrovic attempting to call the challenge.
Yeah, he's going to challenge him.
Yeah. How do referees handle it? Unsportsmanlike. 37. See what the referees are thinking on this call.
So we have a head coach challenge from Brazil. The call on the floor is an unsportsmanlike foul number 51. We're going to confirm if that's the correct call. Okay, so that was a little bit. Hold on. Okay, so Adam rubbing? No, he's not rubbing him. So it's more than, I think it's just an incidental contact. So the call will be downgrade to a personal foul, right?
Yeah, I also see Sutter hold.
Yeah.
So it's an illegal contact.
Okay, so after review, the original call on the floor doesn't meet the criteria for an unsportsmanlike foul, and the call will be downgrade to a personal foul. Latvia have the ball on the side out. Latvia have the ball on the side out with 14 seconds in the scoreboard. It is a personal foul. Latvia has the ball on the front court with 14 seconds.
So a good challenge by Coach Petrovic. Gets downgraded to a personal foul. Still Kaboklo's third. 58-37. It's all happening out there at the moment. We're gonna get on with things. Latvia ball from the sidelines. Jagas wants to move it with pace. Schmitz wasn't quite on the same page, could still get there if he wants, and does! Gonna need a lot more pace and movement. All the good stuff that's got them here. It's been taken away from them in this game by Brazil. Handle again wide open. Kicks it out to Marcelinho for three. Ball short.
Okay, the defensive series that kept it all in front of them.
Jagas with the moves, put it in the corner, has to take it now, surely. Sonics rises high. This time Kudix goes inboard and just made a couple of errors there.
He's got to take responsibility. He's 2 feet from the bucket with the opportunity to score.
Bruno Caboclo to Jorginho. Gets it to Caboclo, he wants to dunk it. Settles for the foul. Gonna have some subs enter the game for Latvia. Adis will replace Schmitz. Rihaj Lomash back on the floor. Jorginho with that slam earlier on, that was special. With the one hand, if you don't mind, as well.
They still haven't solved the pick and roll problem, Latvia, because Caboclo is such a threat. I think they've got a little bit too caught up, if that's the right word, with worrying about the three-point shot. They just will not help on Caboclo enough. Make him go into the outside and scramble, which is what Latvia does very well normally. Caboclo is just his presence is just giving them decisions that they're really not being able to implement at all.
15 points now for Caboclo. Crowd silence, but that guy's up and about.
Well, if there's anyone who can score in bunches, it's Davis Bertrand. That if he'd have had the same opportunity with the ball in the same place that Kuritz had, he would be knocking shots down. They need him to get going.
Jagas with the quick step, and then the quicker one, and then Caboclo meets him.
They're just forcing guards to put the ball on the floor and go to the ring. Sometimes they make it, and other times you've got that ring protection. Coach Petrovic with a masterclass here.
Jorginho. Short this time. Bertans to Jagas. To Lomash. Jagas from the corner. Knocks it down! Need a lot more of that, and quickly.
Well, they got people on the floor at the moment who are literally make their living out of shooting really good percentages from the three-point line. So that is one of the ways they can get there.
Medici forced into a tough shot.
Yeah, he is so active, Caboclo, today. He really had no right to get that rebound. Boxed out once, boxed out twice, still gets it.
Chagas flushes it from the corner. Gets himself up to 7 points for the game. Kaboko. Like you said it, Mark, he's been so active tonight. He's at the free throw line again. He's still sitting in that foul trouble as well, but it doesn't matter to him. He's performing, stepping up for his team. He knows what's at stake. He knows what's on the line. Himself 17 points. Santos replaces him.
8 from 9 from the free throw line. There's no way of stopping him at the moment. You foul him, he's making free throws, outwork, everything.
Latvia moving the ball a bit better here.
Leo Mendel is just not leaving Bertrand. And there's another foul. They're going to walk the floor and shoot the basketball again. The other side of the equation, when coaches say this is how we're going to play, you have to have players who can implement. Leo Mendel has not left Davis Bertrand still since he's come onto the floor. He's his best friend out there at the moment. He's spending the night together. Whereas they were leaving Kuritz alone, asking him to make it. They don't want Bertrand to get going. And Mendel, as you said, he's having a great game offensively at Damitz. At the defensive end, he's doing it as well.
How about Jorginho Nicola at the free throw line? 8 points against the Philippines, up to 13 already today. Showed us some athleticism, the dunk. He's launched it from long range. He's making free throws. It's been so entertaining. Lomash has tried to provide for this team. They just couldn't collect the rebound. Jump ball.
And look at the shot that they're forcing him to take. And they're just sharing it out at the defensive end. Like whoever is on Bertrand's, they don't leave him. So Santos had him that time, and he just denied him and then got off and got to the rebound. They are asking the guy with the ball to make shots.
Mature head back onto the floor. Davis Bertans now. Chagas takes the seat. And a good stint, 7 points, 3 from 6 from the field. Davis Bertans, a known shooter as well. Matus and Lomash. Steps back. They get it back. Tim up with the long three. Makes it! You know, I was trying to find out a bit more about Giannis Timmer before I came here, and NBA, G League highlights, Summer League highlights, that was his bread and butter, just launching it from long range. So fun to watch. Santos, speaking of the NBA, he's there now. He's launching a triple of his own.
Wow.
He knows what it takes. Timid, does he go again? Caught in two minds.
That's a great job by Santos. Guy Santos, tremendous.
Couldn't finish it off. Lomash gets moving. It's stagnant, really. No one's moving for him.
Absolutely, and when you can't break the guy with the ball down, it's just, everyone can stay in the lane, and that's exactly what happened. Everybody stays at home, everyone denies the pass.
Mendel. Oh. Benici. Set flying. Brazil calling for the unsportsmanlike. Can't challenge it, they've only got one, even if it is successful.
Already has a challenge, you can't have another one. I actually don't like the rule that if it's successful, you still don't get it back. The obvious thing would be to give it back to you if you're successful, but that's not the rule it is at the moment.
warning now. Not an official one, but he is being told to sit down. Seeing Artur Straltic for the first time in a while. Giannis Timos had a nice stint on the floor. So Vitor Benici at the line. Benici with the 2 points for the game so far. Adds another to his tally.
That's the 21st free throw attempt. Because they're aggressive and because they're trying to get to the ring and they're turning the defense. And Latvia are just fouling far too often.
Davis Bertans in particular fouling too often. That's his fourth.
Yeah. More fouls than shot attempts. It's just...
Omar shares it with Davis Bertans.
They got fouls to give. It's like their second foul.
Benici wants a payback.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's got the wrong brother.
And then...
So Lomash and Maidis. Maidis has been quiet as well. Straltic, can he provide the spark?
Oh, that's such good defensively by Santos. That's just top draw. Took away the drive lane, in stance, took the bump. That's impressive the way this whole Brazilian lineup is protecting the bucket, protecting the middle.
And we haven't seen as much of Santos as we thought he would. Limited game time, I'd say, probably in the first few games. But when he's come on, he's looked fantastic. Getting tangled there.
I like the no call because there's people just going after it. You know, there's nothing really there. And they've got a minute 35. They need a run. They need something to give them momentum going in. I mean, they're losing this quarter 19 to 12. It's a long old road back. They're not really. They're going to call that defensive, I assume. They're not really showing us at any point, apart from briefly in the second quarter, a type of momentum that's going to get them back in the game. Credit Brazil, though, for just not allowing them anything easy at this end of the floor.
And even for Brazil, they've been off to slow starts for, I think, all three of their games they were down at the start. Came out with a vengeance this game and said, not this time. Lomash steps back. Benici cuddles it.
Again, off the dribble, one-on-one, trying to create a shot.
Still with it, Vitor Benici. Santos. Stuck in the corner, gives it back to Benici. Benici for three!
Wow.
Lomash tries to respond quickly, but Mendel again hustling on both ends, as we've spoken about at length this game.
It's so easy for him to go after too much and foul him.
Santos! All short.
Mendel didn't want to give anything easy. He just stayed straight, saying, make it over me. And again, Latvia just couldn't.
Straltic thought about it. Santos wearing it like a glove. Maidis couldn't control it.
I mean, I'm sure people watching this can see it on the TV. But when you're up close here, the actual execution of Brazil on the defensive end, their closeouts, their denial, this is a masterclass in terms of executing the game plan.
Straltic fouled. I mean, it's one of the best performances in recent history, really, for Brazil so far. They've been fantastic.
Yeah.
Disappointing World Cup for them. I think Latvia was the team that sort of knocked them out in the end.
Pretty much so, yeah, because they were one of the few teams to beat Canada. So they'd set themselves up to make the next stage, and then Latvia playing Latvian basketball just put them to the sword, so to speak. 20+ points, 48% from the three-point line in that game, compared to the 29% for Brazil. And it's literally role reversal. Latvia have not found a way to control what Brazil are doing at the offensive end and at the defensive end. They have offered Latvia a way of scoring, and they've stuck with that game plan. They've asked people to make moves with it off the dribble, and they can't do it well enough. And Brazil have really, there's always been a question mark, can they execute for whole games? Well, the answer at the minute is they've executed for 3 quarters phenomenally well. They're on the brink right now.
Santos fouled in the background there.
He looks in a lot of pain.
Petrovic getting sent away again. Luckily he gets to his feet. Let's see what happened here. There you go. How you going? It's a bit silly from Kudos. There's been a few sort of moments in that tournament where he's done that. Not needed. The referees have to say about it.
This is an official review. On the floor is the personal foul, double zero. Going to see if the contact meets the criteria for a unsportsmanlike like that. Let's see another one. Let's see that. Let's play that one let's play live. Regular, normal speed, please. Keep it playing. Let's see, this one, and keep it play live, regular speed, normal speed. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Okay. I don't see that the contact means the criteria for non-sports. I just see as a regular contact.
I see him extending the
Santos gave it a bit, to be fair, as well. Sub for this last 8 seconds. Didi Lozada back onto the floor. Jorginho takes a seat.
And the other thing to really emphasize as well is that Dan Huertas has only played like 4.5 minutes in this third quarter.
Great point, you're so right.
Everybody has like shared the basketball. And therefore, if they need him, if there's a run, if they want to make sure he manages the game, just give it to the ball to him and it's everything's happy and fine in the world.
Can Latvia have the final say in the third period in front of their home crowd? Not to be. Credit to Brazil, they've won the quarter again, 23-13. They're running away with this. At the end of the third quarter, it's Brazil, 72, leading Latvia, 46.
I know I said it during the commentary, but this defensive strategy that Brazil have put on the floor is phenomenal. They've kept Latvia to 26% from the three-point line. They're only scoring 44% from 2. They're playing well at the other end. They're playing well enough. They're scoring more points than they've scored in the tournament so far. And again, the best plays of this quarter are going to be all green. You know, you needed to come out and play so hard at the defensive end. And they make a couple of layups early on. But they're making them because they're the shots. They're the shots that Brazil want them to take. And then this guy, from both ends of the floor, highlighted by the dunk, has just been a revelation in the last 2 games. And Coach Petrovic said last night that you go with the guys who are doing it, and he has really repaid the faith that Coach Petrovic had. There isn't a guy in green who hasn't given their A game so far. This is what you need if you want to make it to Paris. You need your A game, and they've done it. Like Santos with that 3, we got Benici who struggled from the 3-point line, also knocking down 3s. It really is just an A-star performance by Brazil.
They're desperate to get back to the summit. They missed out on 2020. They were beaten in the Olympic qualifying tournament leading into that Olympics by Germany. So they've experienced heartbreak in the final. They've experienced heartbreak against this Latvian team at the World Cup. They've learned from those lessons, it appears. Let's see what they've got left in the fourth. Courtside 1891 is your go-to for your stream schedules and scores. We must congratulate the other teams that have made it, of course, around the world. Lithuania, Puerto Rico, Spain, Bahamas, Croatia, Greece. They're all playing for Olympics berths as well. But right now, all eyes on Brazil and Latvia here at Arena Riga. 4th period tipping off. Brazil with a 26-point lead. Can Latvia start the comeback through Šoltić?
Stop and a score. Now you go again. Get another stop, get another score. It's a long way back. They're going to get an 8-second call. That stop scored, and that stop. I was going to wonder how long they would try and buy some time with Marcelino on the bench. Well, the answer is 25 seconds.
Have a seat for a tiny bit longer, regather himself, but he's back. Kaboklo not starting this 4th period as well. Šoltić shows it. Marcelino sends it.
And there it is again. I'm not going to leave away from the basketball. Make him make the shot. Marcelino gets a piece of it.
Roland Schmitz, Mr. Šoltić. Not the shot they usually take.
Nope.
And now Brazil, they can respond. Their first basket of the 4th. She has fouled. Quite a few fouls called in this game.
In the way that Brazil have decided how they're going to play, I'm just still not sure Latvia know how they're going to defend Marcelino on the pick and roll.
Offensive foul, Benici. His 4th of the game.
Yeah, that's 3 stops, first 3 possessions. Inside a minute, they've got 3 stops. They've got a score on this one. You know, get it under 20. See where you are with 4 minutes to go in the game.
We made it a bit harder as Bruno Caboclo re-enters the game. He's got himself 17 points, 4 from 5 from the field. He's headed to the line quite a few times as well. What can Šoltić do? Finds Schmitz. Made a strong hands. Just chucks it in the end. Gets it back. Šoltić in the corner! Marcus Šoltić with the hot start. Comeback begins. Crowd gets involved. 6 points in a couple of minutes for Marcus Šoltić. Marcelinho Huertas, count that!
Wow. Marcelino, 41, has been running people off pricks his whole career. And you cannot let him make you've got to make the decision about what you're offering him. Then if he makes it, then fine.
Such a decorated career. I just can't believe he's still doing what he's doing.
Well, you're watching a great. At the end of the day, you're watching a player who, not many people get that tag. His career has had a great one, a great career that he's now still having. What an achievement to go to an Olympic Games. It could be.
Zodix couldn't make them pay for leaving him open. Schmitz thought twice about it. Still going up against Caboclo. And I think that's Caboclo's fourth. Fought on Santos, so he breathes a sigh of relief. Still Santos is third. Maedis, Zodix, Bertans, they'd love him to get involved. Schmitz goes inboard. Diaz feeds Marcelinho. Gets Santos up ahead. Foul called on the way in. Marcelinho down, he gets up. Santos down, he gets up. It's a bit happening. Fourth foul for Zodix.
That's the 39th foul in this game. I mean, it has been physical, yeah.
Klaus Chavas comes into the game. Bunky giving them a bit of a different look. '75 plays 51, this Olympic qualifying tournament final. Marcelinho, Benici. He gets fouled as well. Very stop-start.
Brazil won't mind at all if this game stays as disjointed as it is, because time will just ebb away. Difficult for Latvia to get any momentum going.
14 fouls already for Latvia. Benici, beautiful move.
Well, for anyone worried about Benici, he's having one of those tournaments where he doesn't make it. He's looked good tonight. That's his second three. Why wouldn't he look? Everybody in the green uniforms look good.
Streltic finds space. Oh, Caboclo! Wow.
Wow. Well, it's that same thing again, We're going to protect the ring. We're going to challenge the shot. You're not going to have anything. You've got to go and earn it from the line. Caboclo will pick up his fourth, I think. It's just...
So Jagas back onto the floor as well. Streltic has had a really nice start to this fourth period. Keeps it rolling for the free throw line. Crowd comes to a hush. Might get another one.
They call the lane violation, I assume. Yeah.
Streltic sets himself again. And this time he scores it. Caboclo staying out there. He is stuck. Santos rescues him. Then finds a way through. Guy Santos. Confronted by Chavas. Crowd up in arms about that one. Shots to come for Guy Santos. Let's take a look at the replay.
Yeah, I know why Coach Benke is like saying what he says, but if you look at the top half of his body, he will move there. You turn the shoulder. You've got to take it on the torso. You can't turn the shoulder into the player.
Santos has come into his own this game. Got the 6 points, active on the boards with the 3 rebounds. Got the 2 assists as well. I think they're going to just tell Coach Bunky to calm things down a bit. So technical foul confirmed for Coach Bunky. So Marcelinho will take the free throw. It's all starting to just unravel a bit in Latvia. Rare miss from Marcelinho.
And we talked a little bit about this earlier in the tour with the pressure of playing at home. And you can see the frustration at the moment on the floor. You've got to try and play through this. I know it's hard, and you know, you've got 6:55, you're down 24. Is it realistic to think that, well, of course you're going to try and come back? But Guy Santos, as you said, has really played it. He's so maturely here. He's had to help out in the backcourt.
23 games with the Golden State Warriors. He's overcome his tournament average to hit his 8th point of the night.
And Golden State have got one of their coaching reps here watching the game. We definitely see his potential.
Oh, shot us! We're going to need a lot of those to start rolling. The Buffalo down behind play. The crowd really not liking this. So he's holding his shoulder. Petrovic, you can't challenge, man. The refs to have a look at it.
And the referees are going to have a look at it. But the fact they didn't want to have a look at it to start with, Coach Petrovic is, hey, we've all been there in that situation. You want to try and influence the official. And now they've got the technology. If they're not sure, they should have a look. And I think in some ways the referees won't mind this.
We can do it. Okay, so we are here for a review of the potential act of violence. Okay, so let's see this angle. Okay. No, this one. Just skip it. Yeah, keep it like that. So go back a little bit on the same angle. Let's play it as a regular split, please.
So we are checking if this contact is excessive.
I think it is.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yes, it is. Like foul on number 9 and Sugar is 59.
Okay, so after review, for the potential act of violence, we got number 9 with an unsportsmanlike foul. We got 2 shots on number 51 and the ball on the side out with 14 seconds. Do you confirm it? Yeah.
This is not going to go down well.
Crazy play.
It was the right call. I mean, like you said, just start like that. Don't do it. Sends Kabokla to the free throw line. We don't have 2 speed from this range.
It's just it's that what we were talking about before the review. It's the frustration of where they are, the expectation of what the crowd wanted and they wanted, and now it's being taken away from them. They really have to understand. We all understand what they're going through. We also understand how good Brazil have been. We're in this situation because of a great performance by Brazil.
Past the 80-point mark, and there's still 6.5 minutes left in the game. Caboclo has 19. Can they add to the pain for Latvia? Caboclo up against Chavas. And it gets tipped in by Santos.
Wow. They just keep relentlessly playing hard. They keep relentlessly doing the things. I keep saying this that Coach Richards asked them to do.
Chagas. Very nice shot. Back-to-back buckets for him. 12 points for the game. Beautiful ball move, but Guy Santos can't make it count. Chagas off and running again. Straltic now. Vasilino interferes.
Both teams are in the penalty now. It's going to be a very long 5 minutes if it carries on being this bitty.
Luka Bunky's rolling the dice now. He's putting on Davis Bertels with 4 fouls to his name. Has not been his life by any stretch. So she's back on for Brazil. Lara Mendel re-enters the game.
Bertans comes back, Mendel has to come back. And Coach Frederick is not leaving any of this to chance.
Chagas has a lob thing, gets his own rebound. Great effort. Still with it, Chavas banks it in. Marcelinho. Team with the 23-point lead. Just about to tick over the halfway mark of the fourth. Marcelinho Huertas!
Wow. Well, the scout says go underneath the pick, but like, it's Huertas, so he'll never pass up the open one.
Huertas still can't hit a shot. He's clearly been given some advice to just shoot. Time into the fall. Marcelinho, he can get another triple. Santos, excellent rebounds. Gets it back. Not happy fans around the arena at the moment. Lomash re-enter the game. Lomash has been a positive for his team. 13 points.
Pointless in the second half. They just haven't found ways to get the ball in the right people's hands.
So Janis Strolix there, he hasn't made his way into the game. Very strange. Chagas happily takes the turnover. Davis Bertans, long range triple! That's better. Caboclo gets moving towards the other end though. Takes a player with him. Chagas just sucking the deep breaths in there. Not a man you want to be taking a hit from. And again, Caboclo finds himself at the stripe.
Yep.
It was a good look here from Davis Bertans. I need a lot more of that. Chagas with his third foul. Caboclo with the 20 piece now. Still sitting on 4 fouls as well. It's been a really mature performance from him.
Yeah, and there's been moments where he could have overreacted to certain situations. It's great the way his teammates help him as well.
Marcelinho found Chagas. 2 to come here for Latvia. made us into the game.
It's just been a super team performance. 5 guys in double figures, Benici on 9. We've got contributions defensively from everybody. It's just, it's impressive. They haven't been this impressive throughout the tour. They've found ways to win, trailing every game. The 2 group games and the semi-final, they all trailed at the half. But from minute 1 here, they just came out at a different tempo, a different level. And they've just put this, they're putting this one to bed. 4 minutes to go, they're up 24 points. It's going to break a lot of Latvian hearts if it carries on like this.
They've been riding every wave with their team. Boklo momentarily loses it. And scoops it to Mendel. Still with Leo Mendel. Taking their time with it. Then Leo Mendel goes. Latvia will get it back. Some forlorn looking faces there on the bench. Mood's a bit lighter on the Brazil side of things. Bunky can't do much. Petrovic will be pretty happy with how things stand, no doubt. Chagas with speed. Boklo with the rebound. Jorginho and Marcelinho. Wanting to keep it rolling for Brazil. Mendel. Fouled. Really clever work. And look at the reaction on the Brazil bench.
They know where they're going. Paris is a great city anyway, but when you put an Olympic Games in it and you're going there, that's how you feel.
There are the faces of the Latvian team. They wanted the fairy tale finish in front of their home fans. Looks like it's not going to be that way. Brazil, party spoilers. They'll bring the vibes to Paris. The way they're playing, it's so entertaining. Leo Mendel's played a huge part in that. 20 points for him now. 4th foul confirmed for Kuruc. Lomash and Zodic. Zodic, I should say. Lomash. 15 points to Rihad Lomash, as you can see. And again, we're going for free throws.
No, I think the shot clock didn't start. I think well, they're going to say 19, which is it's fine, but 3 seconds to get it that far.
Long range pass, Jorginho. Can't make the tough basket.
They're just going to use every second of every possession.
Can't knock it down.
Santos is really putting some numbers together here in this second half. Been a big factor when, you know, under pressure, he's come up with some great rebound numbers at both ends.
10 points, 7 rebounds for Guy Santos. Jorginho behind the back, feeds Guy again, and he goes inboard. Hugs on the Brazilian bench. So much royalty on that bench. You know what's coming. Yago with the arms pumping. He hasn't played further part in this game since that knee injury. Marcelinho continue party on the Brazilian end. Just over a minute left in this game. Marcelinho finds a way through, can't complete it. Jarvis Bertans to Zodix. Mendel fouls. Felicio all smiles. Petrovic and Helios Rubens, they're going to an Olympics. Valzinha and Gies. All the emotions about to spill over on that Brazilian bench. They've been to the Olympics 15 times. They've won 3 bronze medals in their history. They missed the 2020 edition. Looking to go back for the first time in 8 years. Last time they played, they were at home. Rio de Janeiro, 2016. We're in Paris this time. We're going to keep it rolling here. Jorginho to Marcelinho. He's going to go to his 3rd Olympics if he gets picked and if he wants to go. Santos, can he call himself an Olympian? Natus Bertans can only watch on the bench. Tears on the Brazilian bench. It's such a mountain to climb to get there. They've had to do it the hard way. Marcelinho comes off for a rest.
Coach Petrovic just wanted to make sure he got him out, make sure he gives him this moment.
Marcelinho Huertas, a 2-time Olympian.
He said in the World Cup he's a legend, and it was like great to see him play. Now I get the chance to see him play again. Privilege time. What a performance by him.
Like another legend in Thiago Splitter, of course, one of the assistant coaches there. He's tasted Olympic success himself.
And I really think has a big impact having that sort of experience on your bench as well as being great coaches. It's been a tremendous job by Coach Petrovic in Brazil. Privileged to watch Huertas play.
That's going to let the clock tick down. Scoreline at the moment, 94 to 69. It's been all Brazil. And for the 16th time in their history, Brazil's men's team is heading to an Olympic Games. And after the heartbreak of missing out the 2020 edition, via this same game, this team has risen back to the summit for the first time in 8 years. The final score here in Riga, Brazil 94, Latvia 69. They've spoiled the Latvian party in front of their home fans. Potentially sent the likes of Marcelinho and Lito to their 3rd Olympics. Felicio Benitez to their 2nd Olympics. And this score, this stats will show how dominant they were tonight.
Yeah, it does show what a performance, but 94, 69 are the only 2 numbers. But just take a second to just acknowledge what Latvia have done over the last 18 months, 2 years. They missed the Eurobasket. Going from missing a Eurobasket and then go and have that run in the World Cup. They're in a ridiculously tough qualification group. They get it done, they have a great run, they've done, again, another great job in the Eurobasket qualifiers. They'll be massively disappointed, but they made a final of a qualifying tournament. It's just, Coach Menke and his staff and the players will be so disappointed right now. But let's just say on record how great a job they have done. Just come up short, but what pitchers they are. I mean, I can't say how great Marcelino Huertas' career has been. And so for him to almost have like an extra time, an extra bit, good things happen to good people. This is a great person, and he is going to the Olympic Games. What a great story.
Dance moves come out. All the smiles in this team. They fought back from a disappointing World Cup. Latvia defeated them by 20 points in that tournament as well. They reached this Olympic qualified tournament here in Riga. They beat Montenegro, a shock loss to Cameroon. They had to overcome that. They still finished first in the group. They beat the Philippines. Then tonight they come out and beat Latvia by 25 points. It was a comprehensive performance. It took a while for them to get going in the tournament, but tonight they were firing on all cylinders. And credit to Coach Petrovic, it was a masterclass.
Absolute masterclass. Come out with defensive strategy that keeps Latvia down to not the points, that is the percentages. That's just a tremendous performance. His players excellent. And then to do it without Iago. He was already light at the point, and so many guys stepped up, and that's what it's all about. That ticket, the ticket that takes them to Paris.
So confirmation, Brazil have qualified for the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. And we know when they get there, it's going to be tough. It doesn't stop here, the work gets tougher. And especially if you don't have a player like Iago there. Hopefully it's not as serious as we anticipate. The tears on his face. Hopefully it's just the emotion of getting there.
You hope that he and Neto get the chance to play in Paris, because Neto, even more so, has been through so much injury issues after the last World Cup. You'd love him to have an opportunity to play with Iago, with Huertas in Paris. They end up in a group with Germany. They end up with a group that has Japan in it. It's like there's only 12 teams in the Olympics. Every single team is a huge matchup. And check the schedule out. They're the first of these qualifiers to be confirmed. And Riga's just done a great job, and they're going to love it. I think Riga's the best place in the world right now.
So Brazil celebrating. They've got their boarding pass to Paris. They've qualified for the 2024 Olympic Games after a victory over Latvia by 25 points. This man, Bruno Caboclo, played a massive part, not only today, but for the entire tournament.
For me, in my opinion, he should be the most valuable player here, because every day.
Great performance, 20 points and 9 rebounds. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome. And before we go on, tell the name.
They're about to award the TCL Player of the Game here at Arena Riga.
Ladies and gentlemen, the TCL Player of the Game, number 14, Leo Mendel.
Confirmation that Leo Mendel has been awarded the TCL Player of the Game. 20 points, 4 from 10 from the field, 9 rebounds, 7 of those defensive, 2 steals, and he's about to get his Player of the Game trophy.
And his defense was exceptional. His defense, like everyone else in a green uniform, really did break up what Latvia were trying to do. And as the captain, he just led the team so well. Gets the statutory drinks, water, shower.
It was hot out there tonight. Needed to cool down. They're doing him a favour in their mind.
Throw some this way. We'll take some.
Caboclo celebrating as well. He's one that could have got the Player of the Game award as well.
I think when they announced the MVP, I'd be disappointed if it wasn't him, because you can see how his teammates respond and how they want him to stay in the games and how they want performances out of him and need them, and he's unique on that team. You know, he makes that team what it is in so many ways, and he has done in this tournament.
And look at the fun they're having. That's just the Brazil team. So much fun. They play with so much energy and spirit, and they're going to bring such a great brand of basketball to Paris. It's going to be so exciting to watch. Tough group like we mentioned, but they'll give it everything.
They won't care. There's no easy game in the Olympic Games, so...
We're about to award the Tissot MVP.
MVP, Tissot MVP, Bruno Caboclo.
And confirmation that Bruno Caboclo is the Tissot MVP of the Olympic qualifying tournament in Riga. He's getting presented his trophy by Edgar Schneps, the chair of the FIBA Competitions Commission. Bruno Caboclo is going to gracefully accept the award. An outstanding tournament. Before this game, he was averaging 16.7 points per game, 4 rebounds, 4th in the league for both. Add another 21 points, and he's a Tissot MVP.
Wow. Absolutely can't see anyone else. Other people had great competitions, but Don't forget when they were down at the half, they were down 22 to the Cameroon.
Another water shower.
Another water shower. Kaboko in all those games dragged his team back by just his energy as much as his talent. What a performance.
So he gets his nice watch back. Take a photo. He's got the qualified paddle in his hand as well. He's a very happy man, Bruno Caboclo. So the fourth quarter best plays. Latvia actually won the quarter 23 points to 22. They did all they could to fight back, but in the end it was a mountain too hard to overcome. Brazil with the excellent start, and they continue to roll through.
Some of the things they did in that quarter, Stroudings made shots, other people started to make shots, but the control of this guy, Marcelino Huertas, exploited the pick and roll as you just saw. Did a super job, and Benice has struggled, but Coach Petrovic stayed really loyal to him, and he rewarded that today like every single player did in that uniform. So these fourth quarter plays just underline what a performance this was, and they managed the fourth quarter. It wasn't they had to do anything else, they just had to manage it, and they got one of the best managers of a game on the floor with them. But let's just take the moment. This guy put a masterclass tactically on the floor. His players had to execute it, and he's done it again. Did it with Croatia, beat the Italian national team in Italy. He's done it here in Latvia, beat the Latvian national team in Riga. He's done it again, and his record speaks for itself.
Latvia will be back though. They will be back. They can be proud. They can hold their head high that they've reached this tournament. They've put on some really nice performances in front of their home fans. We've spoken at length about their World Cup run. They'll take a lot of confidence out of what they've been able to do here. But all credit has to go to Team Brazil. They're on their way to their 16th Olympic Games, their first in 8 years for their men's team. Felicio Benici, all experienced success in 2016. Mendel, the player of the game, getting a shower. Caboclo named the MVP. It is all green. And there is the shot. Marcelino Huertas going to the Olympics. Alexander Petrovic, the coaching masterclass, he's back there again. Some victory shots here, fitting that Iago could take some of the net. We hope he gets back and gets a chance to go to Paris. Gui Santos takes a bit of the ring as well. He had a fantastic game today. He deserves a spot in that Paris roster. Gia's giving him a bit of a boost as well. Who needs a ladder? So the road to Olympics and confirmed Brazil is the first team to join out of the Olympic qualifying tournaments. Still got the other 3 results to come. Catch them on courtside 1891, but that concludes the action here in Riga. Thank you so much for your company throughout the tournament, and to our team behind the scenes for putting on a fantastic tournament and broadcast. Congratulations to Brazil, who are heading to Paris for the 2024 Olympics. Have a wonderful night.